What's up, party people? So I'm out here taking this heap apart. This is the Trooper car, and I thought I'd show you what I was doing. The you take the tie rod, take the tie rod off. Um, Good idea, unless you're going to replace the tie rod end. Take your bolt off or your nut, castellated nut, flip it over so it's like so, and then get the bottom of the nut kind of flush with the top of with your tie rod end, and then take a hammer and smack it. It should come out. You probably, if it's, if you put it together with anti-seize, it'll come out real easy. But it shouldn't take more than a couple of whacks to come out. And then you can flip it back over, and you can still use your castellated nut. It won't be all beat to crap, and you'll be saving yourself from having to go buy another castellated nut. And the same thing applies when you're taking a ball joint off. You put it together, use anti-seize on the stud, and then when you get the nut off, flip it over. Now, if you're in the junkyard, you got a stock control arm set up, you got a stock spring in there, leave the strut hooked up so that the spring pressure is pushing down on the control arm. And then when you whack the nut, like so, you'll have the spring pressure helping you. If you're doing it like this, where you got a coil over, then you got to support the spindle so that you can have something to hold up on it and when you wang on the nut. And the same deal, flip it over, and get it flush. And if you can, try to whack it so that the face of your hammer is kind of like parallel with the top of or bottom of your nut there. So you get a good square hit on it, and it'll come right off, and then you're on your way. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to finish getting this stuff off, get the brake line off, pull the K-mount bar out of the way. Then I can get into here and get all this garbage out of the way, revise how my line lock is, take the brake booster off because I don't need that anymore. I got a manual brake set up. And I'll probably have to run longer lines for these because it's going to be mounted in a different spot. And then get it cleaned up, sanded, paint it, and then start throwing it back together, which is going to be a while. But we'll get there. I just figured I'd show you what I was doing with this now. I took the door off just because it's easier than trying to have to swing the door open to get inside the car. And the door weighed 66 pounds. Kind of heavy. I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter. I was thinking in the 50-pound range. I guess I don't remember. I've never weighed them before, so. And I think Rod got his down to like 30 something with all of the cut-off saws and sawzalls and whatnot that he does. I'm gonna try to keep it a little less caveman. I'll probably keep the door panel. I don't know what I'm going to do behind it yet. Same with this up here. I thought about cutting all this out, this part out. There's a doubler plate behind here I got to get off. But haven't decided what to do here. But when I do, you'll get to see it. So, all right, appreciate y'all. Later on. Hey fellas, forgot to mention. This thing, the ball joint boot, isn't even probably 2 years old, and it's already cracked. All the grease is oozing out. Summit, I think AutoZone carries them too. I'm not sure which company makes them, but they make a polyurethane boot for these. So that's what I got to put in my Summit shopping cart, because I don't want to put that back on there, even though this is probably not going to get driven in the rain or be an everyday driver like it was. I don't want to drive with a leak in a boot like that. So just a pointer. You can get those at Summit. And you can also there's a guy on Four Eyed Pride makes the spacers. When you you convert your Fox to 5-lug using SN spindles, You need a spacer in the front. I forget how much it was, like 3/8 or 5/8 of an inch. Usually you can just stack some washers up there, but he makes a real nice steel spacer that can go on there. They're not really expensive either, like $20 or something like that. Like that shipped the last time I checked. I'll put a link up in the comments when I post this video if anybody's interested in getting them. Plus, like I said, you can go to Lowe's or Ace and get some washers, or you can kind of help out a fellow Fox enthusiast by buying them. Your call, your stuff. Do what you want. All right, we'll see y'all in the next clip. Hey, fellas. So Rod texted me back because I sent him and Pirate a picture of the door on the scales. It was 66.4 pounds. And he said that a McNuggets door was 71 pounds. And the door on Troopers, what you call it, don't have power door locks or power windows, even though there's really like a pound difference between a manual door and a power window door, our mechanisms. From when I weighed all that when I did the conversion on the LTD. So I'm going to look at that to see what I can do as far as getting weight out of the doors when I get to that point, and then I'll post whatever I find with pictures, of course. All right, we'll see you next time. Hey guys, what you're seeing is the weight of this monstrosity here. That's a QA1K member, complete with control arms, no steering rack. I got 47 one time before I turned the camera on, and 49 now, so we'll just split the difference and call it 48. That's pretty heavy. I thought it'd be, I knew it was beefy, but man, pretty sure the Team Z one's a lot lighter. I got a Team Z one in the red car, and we got one of these in the Capri too, because I like them because they're a little more robust. The Team Z's kind of a drag racing piece, but they do make a road racing one too. And Dave Zimmerman's a good racer guy, so I can't go wrong either way. I think I liked these because they have the 2 spots here for you can lower the steering rack, get it away from the oil pan. So you can see a little progress here. Got the sway bar mounts out, and I started cleaning. I'm going to put a couple of stitch welds on each side of the shock tower, and then down here where they put these doubler plates, because they just kind of tack weld them on there, and I like it to be a little beefier than that. And what else? Got all the stuff off there. Got the power brake booster out of there. That was just under 12 pounds. And notice I found a little treasure, a couple of them. So, like I said, I'm putting a manual in there, so I shouldn't be losing stuff down there anymore, I hope. And anybody's ever put a SN power brake booster, know you got to customize the shock tower a little bit. So I might knock that back out so it don't look so redonkulous. I guess I can put these away. Man, 39.24. So, then this heinous. Got that out. I got to start tracing some wires and try to minimize what I can, if I can. Some of the stuff I'm not sure what it is, but probably don't need it. So I don't anticipate getting a whole lot of weight out of here, but I will be putting the ignition box and the line lock button where I want them, and mounting the gauges and all that stuff. I'm not going to worry about painting the inside of here. That's a little much for this go around. I ain't going to be doing this again. So I took the doubler plate off of here, and I still have to there's one behind here also. I just have to get that out. Probably take care of that tomorrow, and then figure out what I'm going to do here as far as mounting a cover plate over that, or if I wait until after I paint it and do it, or weld a piece of steel in. sheet metal, because right now these are aluminum. And I think that's about it. I got both doors off. The doors weighed, the hell was it? Oh, that was in the other video, other segment. I forgot already how much it weighed, but I thought it was pretty heavy. And then Rod texted Rod, and he said that's kind of like what they were on McNugget. I think they were a little bit heavier on his because it's got power locks. This don't. So that's what we're doing. I haven't taken the rear end out. I got to do that yet. Put a Ford Motorsport cover on it and check the control arms and the bushings. Not the bushings, they're steel bushings or aluminum. But I got to make sure everything's tight back here. That's the main thing, was try to see why this keeps turning right when I was launching it at the track. So I will wrap this up tomorrow and get her posted on the YouTubes. Appreciate y'all. Later. All right, fellas. I'm about to wrap it up for the night, so I figured I would put the capper on this thing and get it posted on the interwebs. It's already way longer than the average human should endure of my garbage. But so I got the steering column out, the dash out, took out a whole half pound of wiring already, and I ain't done yet. So still got to check over what I can get rid of out of here. And pedal assembly is out. Of course, I took that apart. I'm good at taking stuff apart. Going back together takes a while. I got it all apart. I'm gonna make sure everything's good on it, the bushings and whatnot. Get it all lubed up, clean it up what I can, lose whatever weight out of it I can, and then it'll go back in after everything's painted out here. I got the wiring harness out there. I had to tape that up right away so it didn't lose any of the shape, so it goes back together good. And these got to get taped yet, and some other stuff has to get taped. Get rid of this old funky looking stuff out of here. And with the dash out, I was able to weigh it, and this is like the inner skeleton. It provides some rigidity to the plastic piece. That is 4 pounds. This is 6 pounds. I don't know what kind of weight I can get out of that, but I'm gonna try. Here's my half pound of wiring I got out of it. When I get the rear end ready to go back in, this will go on it. I wanted to have this on here for these things to provide some rigidity to the main caps on there. That was it for that. Oh, the K-member. Last clip before this one from last night, I was a little poochy lipped about the way how that was 48 pounds. Satyrs, what you doing? There's Sadie chasing something. She always thinks there's something running around in one of the cars or in the garage, and so she's in there trying to protect me from it. So this is 48 pounds, and I thought that was kind of heavy. So I did some research last night, and I found a stock K-member with control arms weighs about 75 pounds. The UPR and Team Z are around 42 to 43, 44 pounds, depending on whose scale it's used on. The Maximum Motorsports, which is a dedicated road race one, is it's pretty beefy. They're at 52 pounds. And the Team Z with the chromoly complete, they use chromoly arms, but the cross member, you can get a chromoly one. They're like 3 pounds lighter, so that'd be like 39 so pounds. And the Team Z comes with a relocated steering rack mount already. See, but you don't have that option like this one has. So that's another bonus for them. And so tomorrow night, I'll probably finish what I can with the doors, the dash. Because once I get the dash situated, then I need to start putting stuff back in to see how I want it. And cleaning up underneath here, and get the rear end out and clean up in the back, all that stuff. I hadn't done it last few days because it's been kind of cool, and I don't like laying on the cold concrete if I ain't got to. There's plenty of other things to do besides doing that. So anyway, that's all and I will get you the next update through the week and post it next weekend. All right. Appreciate y'all. Later.